I'm not here accidentally. I'm not, sitting here talking about my writing. I'm not here as a mom. I'm not here as an activist and all the things that I try to do because I just decided to do it one day. I'm here because my mother, was part of the civil rights movement. I'm here because my grandmother was a teacher. I'm here because my great-great-grandparents were, part of the Underground Railroad. I'm here because of the quilts. I'm here because of the language. I'm here because of the food. And so it was, and my daughter is too. And so I wanted to just kind of keep that strand going and acknowledge the people that came before me. And I had no idea that there was any controversy regarding the fact that quilts were used in the Underground Railroad. And I remember the first time I heard it, and and I thought, well, my grandmother wasn't lying. And so this woman had said, well, there's no written documentation. I'm like, the history of African Americans is oral history. We were not allowed to learn to read and write. And nobody was going to go up in the big house and say, Master, can you write down this story about how we were escaping using these quilts in the Underground Railroad? I mean, it was so ridiculous to me on so many levels. And so a lot of our history, we had names and birth dates and stuff written in Bibles. And by I think it was the early 1900s, there was some census stuff that we were able to access. But one of the controversies was the square in the middle of one of the quilt pieces, because it was black, and they said there was no black at that time. And it turned out it was indigo, because the indigo is what the Africans brought over. I mean, it was just, but I just thought, I was so stunned, because I thought, how dare you doubt my history? How dare you call my grandma a liar and the people who came before her? And then, if that's the case, then how are we here? And I think there is this part of people who want to doubt that slaves had the ability to get free. It happened to me twice. It happened, and I haven't written about the second time yet, but the second time is the Woodson side. The Woodson side, as I don't know if you know the Woodson side, but that's Sally Hemings and Thomas Jefferson. So it's the Woodson line comes out of that. And so we always knew that. And first, as an adult, they were saying Sally Hemings and Thomas Jefferson were never together. Well, they were together, but they didn't have children. Yeah, well, they had the children. The Woodsons were the children. Then they finally did DNA testing, and they realized, oops, yes, these is Woodson children. These are the descendants. And so, I think in terms of being a writer and thinking about our history and how important it is to write stuff down. Like a lot of the stuff, obviously, that I write is realistic fiction, but I am thinking more and more about writing more nonfiction just to bear witness and document what I know, what I've experienced, and to not lose these strands and show there's a line, that slave was killed running off to the north side of the war months before he got to meet his baby girl, a girl child who was born free that same year, 1863. History went and lost her name. Years later, Suni came. So that was Suni's mother, and we don't have any documentation of her name. And so I thought, as I was writing Shoei, that I'd make up a name for her. And then I thought, no, I think this needs to be written down, that we did lose some of our history on this journey.